Hi, I'm Elena Flores, and I'm here with TCU superstar and the newest member of the Los Angeles Chargers, wide receiver Quentin Johnston. Hey Quentin, how are you?
Doing
How
good.
you been?
Good. Just getting used to the transition still as far as moving up there. Obviously, Texas is a lot different from being in LA. So, but for sure, the weather is way better than it is in
Yes,
Texas
sir.
now. It's too hot down here. But no, I've been cool though.
Life's been good
Been
there?
cool. Yeah, it's
Yes, sir.
been
That's
fun.
good. Well, get right into the first question.
Okay.
So, while watching the 2023 NFL Draft, moments after being picked, you announced that you wanted your mom to retire and not work another day. Could you tell me how the role of your parents influenced your success today?
Yeah, so both of them were in the Army. A lot of my family's background is some branch of military. They were in the Army. So kind of from early stages, I kind of began to notice how much they were sacrificing to take me to practice because I was playing 4 or 5 sports. So I was always running around busy. But before I actually started getting serious about sports, they always found a way to instill a certain level of discipline and a certain level of respect into me. So once I started kind of realizing like what it was doing for me and how it was, not only at home but outside, how it's kind of showing up and people like starting to recognize that I kind of knew from early age I needed to pay them back for that.
Yes, yeah. So while you were younger, besides your parents being this role model or inspiration to you, who else, like what other athletes did you look up, or anyone besides your parents did you look up to while growing up?
Yeah, so I was a shorter player when I first started. I kind of hit my growth spurt late, so I was watching a lot of running backs, Adrian Peterson as a running back, and then going to the receiver space. I was watching like Deshaun Jackson, Tavon Austin, a lot of those fast, speedy, quick guys. So I feel like me watching them for so long kind of showed up in my game and it's still showing up in my game. I'm a taller receiver. And I feel like I play like I'm that 5'9", 5'8" type of receiver.
So you were a multi-sport athlete at Temple High School. I believe you did track and basketball, and of course you did football.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory or a sports memory from Temple High School?
Yeah, I can name one of each sport. Track my sophomore year going to state for high jump. I got second there. That was a big experience for me. We made it to regionals in the 4x4.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that 4x4 competition was a little stiffer than high jump. Basketball kind of I'm playing midway. I feel like we always had a back and forth battle with midway from middle school all the way through high school. And then we ended up beating them at home. That was a good experience for that. And then football, when I got my first offer, my junior year, I played freshman ball, got moved up to varsity. In the freshman year, sophomore year was on varsity, didn't play. I was a backup, so my junior year was really kind of like I felt like I had to be my breakout season. First 2 games went well, and then the third game, the Duke coach was there, and that was my first offer. Not really thinking nothing about it. Kind of just played my game, and then got a call from them a week later, and then they offered me. So that was my first offer. Obviously, that was the offer that set everything off for me. So I was very blessed to receive that.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good. I'm gonna be a sophomore at Temple,
Yeah.
and I'm on the varsity team as a freshman. I'm gonna be a sophomore this year, and I'm really trying to work toward it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I know you went to Temple High School. What middle school or even elementary school did you go to?
Yeah, so I started off at Ray Allen. We moved schools. Moved homes. Went to Thornton, and then I went to Travis, and then obviously to Temple High.
I went to Thornton too. My whole life.
Yeah.
I went to Bonham, not Travis.
Bonham.
My parents went to Travis.
See, I went to Travis, and then I guess they extended the school zones, and my little brother ended up going to Bonham. So yeah.
Did you happen to play Little League football here?
Yeah, for sure. The Temple League, they got it dissolved now. They do all type of different other stuff. But yeah, I played. I started off with the Eagles. Again, not really knowing what football was. I just wanted to play because all my friends was out there. And then a few years after that, my dad and his friends started another team called the Cowboys. So that was the team I was on from the time I was in Pee Wee and then going into middle school.
So growing up, what was your favorite NFL team?
The Cowboys. Not for no specific reason. Just my dad was always a Cowboys fan from the time I can remember. He's always that hard. Got Cowboys everywhere in his cave. Like I get in trouble for it right now when I'm on Zooms with my coaches now. They be like, man, it's all that Chargers stuff. All that Cowboy stuff in the back. I'm like, gotta take it down. My dad still hung up on the Cowboys. So I'm trying to get them changed right now.
It's like I have like a love-hate relationship with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
My dad loves the Cowboys, and it's like
Yeah,
you can't.
you want to like them so bad, but they always
they just
yeah.
it doesn't come out in the end. So I am currently growing up to be. I like the Chiefs,
okay.
but I might have to have like the Chargers now to
I appreciate
support
that.
you. I gotta support you.
I was hoping you would say that. I appreciate it.
So after graduating from Temple, what made you want to go to TCU, and what made you officially commit to going there?
Yeah, so I was committed to the University of Texas at first. Took like 7-8 visits there, honestly. My quarterback Jared, he ended up going there for tight end. When I first got in, we had a DN named Taquan Graham, and then he ended up going to Texas. So I kind of just felt like, okay, let me just follow them since they went. Not really thinking about what I wanted and what I really felt. Some stuff happened. Ended up decommitting. Really wasn't going to take a visit to TCU. My position coach in college at TCU, I had a good relationship with him. He ended up convincing me. Went there one time, and then I kind of just fell in love with the campus. Being from Temple, obviously, it's a small town. TCU was a private school, so the community was just much smaller. Everything was in walking distance. From the classrooms to the facilities, like everything was short distance. We didn't have to really just drive, all across town to go to different places. So that was the first thing that jumped out at me. The second thing, football wise, their star receiver Jalen Rager, he was going out, so he was just getting drafted, and I kind of just seen it perfect for me to kind of just fill in the spot, take over from there. And plus, I still kind of want the number 1 jersey, and that's the one he had, and nobody else wanted to pick it up, so I tried to slide in real quick and grab it from him.
How was college life like? Was it difficult balancing being a student athlete?
At first, it kind of was, but the situation for me was kind of different. Being a 2020 year, COVID and everything was kind of shaky. It was people on campus, off campus. We was doing Zooms. We had to wake up in the morning, do the nose swab and stuff every day. That was kind of weird. But sophomore year was a little bit better. Once everybody started kind of coming back on campus and stuff, I finally started to get that actual college experience. It was somewhat difficult at first. Just everyday life, like besides school stuff. The school stuff is school. I mean, like once you find your classes and where the location of everything is, it's cool. But just everything that's outside of school, because college has a lot of stuff that's gonna thrown at you. I mean, you at home now. You go to when you were in middle school, when you were in high school, you said you come back home every day. You go back home there, but now you don't got your parents with you. So it's really a test of yourself, and just being staying true to yourself. Don't go with the wrong crowd. Just kind of stay focused on what you want to do.
So many people listen to music, pregame music and stuff. Who's your favorite artist, and what music do you like to listen to get in the right mindset?
My favorite artist, so probably So I go through different stages before the game. I don't ever want to get too hyped like in the locker room, because I did it before, listening to crazy stuff, going crazy, and then I go out on the field, I'm like, I'm tired. I just can't. I'm in the locker room still sweating. So kind of go because I listen to a lot of different stuff. Kind of leading up pregame, I do like country. Then I go into like R&B's, just some smoother stuff, just kind of a calm before the storm type of thing. And then like right before I go out, I listen to like old Lil Wayne or like Gunna. So them kind of my top 2 artists right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. So while we're on the same topic as pre-gaming and stuff, pre-game warm-up songs and stuff, do you have any pre-game rituals? I know some athletes do, so.
Yeah, nothing specific, but I kind of just go around the locker room just making sure everybody cool. I'm not a serious person always until like right when I step on the field. So you can catch me around the locker room doing some type of goofy stuff, make sure everybody head, and it just make sure they're not too serious at the same time, because you can get too serious and then just be focused on one thing. And kind of mess up how you play. So nothing specific, but just like to stay loose. So, like when I'm in the locker room and stuff like that.
So you made this transition from Texas to California. Mm-hmm. Probably eating different food. You have people probably cooking for you there and stuff. Are you on a specific diet or?
My diet was already good when I got in there. So it's nothing specific that they got me on. It's just I got to maintain a certain weight. So my weight right now is around 213, so they want me to stay, especially when season starts, between like 213, 215 range. But if it was hard for me to actually maintain that, keep that, they would have had me on a specific diet. But other than that, no.
Can you give me a rundown, maybe what you may eat one day?
Yeah, so going in the morning, get there, get this facility. They got like an app for us. You can kind of make your own meal. So I'll get like an omelet, and then do like some oatmeal or something on the side, juice, nothing too much before practice, and then have practice. Lunch after that. It just depends on what the day they'll have like burritos and stuff like that. Nothing junky like everything in the cafeteria, like especially the chips. Everything's like baked. Like man, I have to get used to it. But yeah, no, that's pretty much that's pretty much it. To have a certain amount of protein in there that you can pick from, a certain amount of vegetables you can pick from. So it's just kind of how you mix and match it.
So, while we're on the topic of eating healthy and stuff, probably comes with healthy habits. Mm-hmm. How often would you say you work out?
Every day. Every day. Yeah, even I don't want to all the time because it's like I'm hurting, but it's like that type of lifestyle, especially being in the league. It's up another level. Like high school, from high school to college, I feel like it's a level. From college to a professional sport is a few levels, so you just got to work to maintain it every day.
So you're going into your rookie year, the NFL first year. What are you most excited for, or what would you like to accomplish for your first year?
Making the Pro Bowl, first of all. I kind of checked my first goal off the list, which was getting a starter position. I ended up getting my starter position early in camp. And then getting 1,000 yards, if not as close to 1,000 yards as I can. But that's kind of just my base goals right there for my first year. Sure.
So, seeing one of these everywhere, seeing your name on the back of one of these, how does this make you feel?
At first it didn't seem real. And then they started having it in the mall down here in Killeen, and then just people were just like, oh my gosh, like let me get a jersey. It kind of hit me late, but it's like this is something I dreamed about since I was little. Obviously, you grow up being a sports fan. You want everybody else's jersey. Now, when you turn around and see everybody wants your jersey, it's an amazing feeling for sure.
So, all this, people wearing your jerseys and coming back to your hometown, it must come with a lot of fame and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you handle the fame that's come with all your success?
Yeah. Just staying positive. I feel like sometimes it can get overwhelming. Especially like everywhere you go, a lot of people just like yelling your name. Like I was in Target yesterday. When I first got back trying to get some, I was just getting some socks and people was in there looking for them. But just staying calm and then not just being out everywhere. Like I feel like I was when before I got drafted. Kind of just staying low key, really, and just keeping my head on.
So, what is some advice or words of inspiration that you would give to the athletes of today's world?
Yeah, for sure. Just tell them to realize that their dreams is not as far-fetched as they may seem. I feel like coming up, my dreams felt like it was far-fetched, so I didn't always worry about like what the main goal was. And luckily for me, I stayed on track. But if you don't keep the main goal in mind, a lot of times, when you're going through the process, you're gonna look up one day and be so off track you can't even reach that goal. So really just sticking to the script, sticking to why you started doing what you were doing in the first place.
So I just want to thank you for your time today. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with me in my living room, and I just want to appreciate you coming and allowing me to interview you. I really do appreciate it. I want to go into journalism, and I really do thank you for being my first person.
For sure.
When anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Let's just get the end.